Hi, this is Mahesh Kamath. In this podcast, I'm going to talk about two different types of martial arts, both not so well known outside their respective countries. First is Hojojutsu, a Japanese martial art involved with rope tying an opponent. Next, I will talk about the martial art of Burma, Myanmar, called Bando. Hojojutsu or Torinawa Jutsu or just Nawa Jutsu is a traditional Japanese martial art of restraining a person using a rope called Nawa in Japanese, encompassing many different materials, techniques, and methods from many different schools. Hojojutsu is a martial art which does training in how to restrain a person using a rope. This Japanese martial art is very rarely seen outside of the country. There are many styles of Kung Fu and Indian martial arts also which practice rope tying and restraining techniques for self-defense. But this particular system is totally specialized in the skills of capturing an opponent with a rope. It was also taught and practiced by law enforcement officers in the past, but today, due to the emergence of the handcuffs and shackles, there is less use of rope being used to restrain criminals. Hojojutsu ties have been known to display a shrewd understanding of human anatomy. Hojojutsu survival in the modern world, both in Japan and elsewhere, is difficult since it is a rare and virtually an unknown style of martial art techniques. There are some teachers of traditional martial arts in Japan who work to continue to maintain this art form and to pass it down to the next generation. Now we're going to talk about a Burmese martial art called Bando. This art is also not so well known outside of Myanmar, that is Burma. Bando training starts with basic stances and footwork for several months. At the second stage, the students are taught blocking and defense techniques. Bando emphasizes on defense being the best form of offense. The head, shoulders, elbow, knees, and foot are all used for offensive purposes. Close range combat techniques are favored. Offensive forms in Bando are based on the movement of animals, probably through the influence of animal styles from India and China. The moves and attitude in each pattern are characterized by the animal which they imitate. The highest form, as in Indian Shastra Vidya, is the panther, which combines all the forms. Let me give you in brief what each animal form signifies. The animal forms are: number one, the boar. Boar characteristics are rushing attack, especially with the elbows and knees. Next is the bull, charging strikes and tackling. Next is the cobra, attacks to the upper vital points. Next is the deer, short leaps used to jump away from an attacker. Next is the eagle, consists of striking and blocking with both hands. Next is monkey, agile movements. Next is the heron, fast arm movements and short jumps. Next is leopard, circling around, leaping at and tearing at opponents. Next we have the python, chokes and locks. Next is the scorpion, pinching and seizing nerve centers. Next is the tiger, clawing attacks. Next we have the viper, attacks to the lower vital points. And finally is the black panther, taught by some teachers as a combination of all the animal forms. Hojojutsu and Bando are wonderful styles. In this podcast, I'm hoping to create more awareness of these interesting styles of martial arts. Pride is concerned with who's right, and humility is concerned with what is right. Thank you.